Hello, today I would like to talk about PAMP keychains. I want to present information that will be interesting to people that are new to collecting PAMP, as well as those who have been collecting PAMP for a while. And I think you will see at least a couple keychains here that you've probably never seen anywhere else. So stick around and you'll take a look. And in the comments, please let me know if you've seen everything and if there was anything new for you. I'm going to start off with keychains that are the most common. These are the type that you'll see most of the time. And when I say most common, that doesn't mean that these are super common by any means, but the kind you'll see most of the time. And so these two examples here are Falcon. Of course, one is in a bar shape and one's in an oval. And the PAMP keychains you will see most often are actually Saudi market pendants. So I will show some proof for that. Notice the mechanism for the keychain. They're different on both of them. And of course, the Saudi market bars made a number of pendants, and that's what this is actually. You notice that's a pendant, and I'm going to call this an aftermarket keychain add-on. Notice they're all different. If you look on eBay or other websites, you'll see a number of these Saudi market ones in different sizes. And they are not original. They're not original PAMP keychains. Of course, the pendant part of it is original, but it was modified into a keychain. And I'm going to show you why I believe those are not official ones. Here's one that came with the original box. And the keychain is from a Swiss bank. Of course, it has a bar portion of it. The lock mechanism, if you could see that, it looks like it's stamped 925 and has a little PAMP right there. So the fact that it came with an original box and the mechanism itself is stamped PAMP. This, in my opinion, is an original keychain, while the Saudi ones are not original. I can show you another example with the original box. Another keychain, Mozart. It has the exact same type of lock mechanism. And up on top, 925, and a little stamp that says PAMP. The number of links on these two keychains is the same. Now, if we compare the two, the location of the PAMP stamp, one is on the right and one is on the left. Okay, so that's different. But other than that, they are the same type. The number of links here, that's the same. As far as this keychain itself, it is a little unusual because the weight, it's 11 grams and it's sterling. That's kind of cool. This Swiss bank one, 20 grams. So seeing a couple of original PAMP keychains, you can see there is definitely a difference, and the Saudi ones, well, maybe nice, are not original, and the value of such should be placed accordingly. So These are harder to find, the original PAMP keychains. What is the date on these? I want to actually say all of these keychains are more or less the 80s and 90s at most. In the last 15 plus years, there has not been a single, to my knowledge, new PAMP keychain made. I'm going to show you another example. Now, while this is not, you see it's a bar inside a bezel, this bar in itself, in my opinion, is very unusual and rare. It says 20 grams, and down there it says fine silver, which means fine silver in German. The top mechanism here is different. It's got a totally different shape. But it is stamped PAMP and 800, which most likely means sterling. So PAMP also made official keychain bezels. And I want to show you one more example of an official keychain bezel that is just like this style. So the clasp mechanism is the same. In fact, the stamp on the bezel one here on the right is in the same place, and it has a mark on the left side. I have to admit, though, this bezel keychain is very hard to read the PAMP stamp. It looks like it says PAMP stamped right there and something else to the left of it, but it is very hard to see. But considering the format and the links are so similar to the other ones, actually, you look at these links, they are like identical pretty much. So I do believe this bezel here is an original PAMP. Is that for 100% certainty? Maybe not, but it's the exact same style, so extremely likely. Now, this bar is a Fortuna, which is pretty cool. But the 20 grams fine silver, that's what kind of caught my eye with it. It's a little unusual because a Fortuna stating fine silver, that's cool. The number of links on this is the same, so more reason to believe this is an original PAMP bezel keychain. Now, this other one, which has the different mechanism, is, if you compare the links, completely different style. So all the other keychains have those flat links, while this one with the more unusual locking mechanism has these very, very round, thick, chunky rings. But clearly marked PAMP and 800. So the date of these to review, this is an earlier one. My guess is this is an earlier one, and potentially they moved from there to this style. You can tell this bar is likely 90s, possibly 90s. To say with certainty, it's hard to tell because you really can't tell. There's not enough indication. Now, you notice the logo here on the top and on the bottom. That in itself, for me, shows it was most likely mid 80s to early 90s. The logo here, it's not giving a lot of clues here other than that logo on the bottom, but my guess is this is slightly later than the one on the left. I hope you enjoyed learning about PAMP keychains and saw something new and interesting. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.